Hey guys, and welcome to another unboxing and review video. And today we're taking a look at Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man from No Way Home. Guys, I'm so happy to have this figure in the collection. I can't wait to show you all the details. But before we start, if you want to get this figure or any other collectibles, make sure you check out Comic Concepts. I put the link in the description below. Don't forget to use my code MOHC10 and you can save $10 store-wide. Also, if you are new to the channel and you want to check out the latest how-to releases, touch reviews, and live streams, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification icon so you don't miss anything. Alright guys, enough with the talking, let's start with the unboxing. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, and here we have the box. As you can see, we have a nice picture of a Spider-Man in the front. This is the back of the box with roller coaster warning, small pieces. Now, out of the packaging, guys, we have the first tray where we have all the hands. And don't worry, I'm going to show you everything in this video. And the first thing is the brand new smell of HAWKWARZTOYZ. And here we have Spider-Man. And let me tell you guys, I'm actually surprised. I'm very, very surprised. I mean, it looks good. At first impression, I mean, you can see the proportion here. So we have the figure, we have the additional health scope, and of course, the huge base. Now, let's take a look at the accessories first. And here we have all the accessories. We have the base, we have the hands, we have the head sculpt, and of course, the spider web, because hey, it is Spider-Man. Now, let's take a closer look at the base first. And let me tell you, this thing looks massive. It looks amazing. The sculpting is nice. It is like sand. It feels like sand. You can see the hand with the rocks and all the rubble around. It looks freaking awesome. The head sculpt looks really good as well. And yes, you can actually move it. So that's a huge plus for a base. And of course, we have more details around there. You can see the face looking really good. It is not 100% accurate, but hey, it is amazing. You can see the back with more details, and of course the shape of the sun looking really good with more rocks. Paint application wise is excellent, as I mentioned before, and the detail is really good. And yes, it is heavy as well. You can see that hole where you can put the dynamic pole if you like. Personally, I like to keep it without it, just so it doesn't take more room. This is the other side where you can see the hand, and it is just a sculpted like that, so you cannot move it at all. But overall, very happy with the base. Now, taking a closer look at the other accessory, it is the extra health sculpt of Tobey Maguire. And let me tell you, I think HAWKWARZTOYZ did a really good job with the likeness. So far, so good. The only complaint I have is the neck. I don't like it. I don't really like it. But other than that, I think the paint application looks really good. Now for the next one, we have the mask. And this one here looks really good. As you can see, I like the spiderweb details. Then we have the spiderweb. And yeah, I'm not going to take it out because, you know, it is a spiderweb, nothing else. Now for the next one, we have this little device here, and it looks pretty cool. You can see the wires there, a lot of details going on as well. Very nice. It seems like it is, oh, it was a customized thing, right? And so far so good in this area. Now for the next accessory, guys, we have these two pieces that you can put on the base if you like. Nicely painted, of course. And of course, we have a bunch of hands. So I'm going to show you just one pair, as you can see here. Now, the only downside is that the paint application is different than the actual suit. And don't worry, I'll show you that when we see the figure. Now, you can remove this piece here and you can put the web shooter if you like. Personally, I don't like to do it. But again, it's your figure. You can do whatever you want. And if it's good. Now, let's take a closer look at the figure. And let me tell you guys, first impression is very positive. Actually, I'm very surprised. I didn't have high expectations of this figure because I saw the previous release or the first batch per se, and it wasn't that great. But for some reason, it seems that HAWKWARZTOYZ did some fixes into this figure. Overall, the proportion looks good. Not the best, but it looks better. Still the problem with the suit, which we're gonna go over in just a second. But overall, I think it looks good so far. Now let's take a closer look at the figure and analyze all the details. So the first thing is the head sculpt. Now, as I mentioned before, when I show you the head sculpt of Tobey, I didn't like the neck, and still is the same sentiment with this particular head sculpt. It doesn't look bad, but that line, that shape that he has, I don't like it. It's just, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like it. But other than that, I think they got the proportion very nice. You can see the details there on the spider web, and of course the shoulders and the chest with the spider logo in the front looking really nice. I kind of like this metallic color. You can see the detail on the suit. Yes, we have those seam lines on the side, which kind of sucks. And one other thing that I don't like is the difference between the hands and the actual suit, the red. As you can see there, you can tell it's plastic. Now moving down, you can see the pants with this material, which is some sort of predatorish material, so I don't have hopes in terms of durability, but other than that, I think it looks good so far. Underneath we have a clean feet or shoes per se. The boots looks nice with the spider web throughout. This is the back with the booty, of course, and the spider logo in the back of the figure looking really good. As you can see, those seam lines, I don't like it, but I guess that's the only thing they can do. Still, I think they missed the opportunity to improve this body. Now in terms of articulation, you can move the head up and down and to the sides this much, and just be careful because you can see how stretched the material is. You have ratcheted joints on the arms. You can lift it forward for about this much, back for about this much. You have some swivel here. You can bend the elbow, double joints, so not bad. Again, be careful with the suit, and the peg articulation on the hand. Now for the torso, you have some up crunch and swivel, so not bad at all. And you can do a split, and again, just be careful with the material, it's gonna screw it up. So swivel here, you can lift the leg for about this much, back for about this much, and double joints on the knees. So far so good in terms of articulation. Down the feet has some swivel, pivot, and of course you have some toe articulation, which is a good thing if you're doing some dynamic poses with the figure. Now let me show you how to put the head sculpt, because it's a bit in the ass. So you need to remove the neck, which again I don't like, but as you can see we have a little hole there, and that's it. Now when you get the head sculpt, you can just put it on top, and that's it. I mean, this is very simple. As you can see, it will peg nice, but again, the neck looks horrible. I don't know, guys, it's just, I'm very nitpicking on this one. It doesn't look right in my opinion, but hey, I guess it is what it is, right? Now you can see the likeness, amazing. This is the profile, of course, the back of the figure with nice sculpted hair, something that HAWKWARTOYZ does really well. And that's basically it. Alright guys, so now let's do some poses here, and we're gonna start with the first pose. This is a very simple one. As you can see, we have Tobey or Spider-Man on the base. I didn't put the pole on purpose just because I wanted to see if I can actually balance the figure, and you can. You may take some time to do it, but overall I think you'll be fine. So this pose looks nice, very simple. Now I didn't want to stretch the material too much because of the, you know, the pleather material. I didn't want to break it or damage it, but I think it looks good, as you can see here. Now this is Spider-Man, and of course the base. Now let's take a look at the other pose. Now for the next one, guys, we have a very simple one. As you can see, he's just standing in front of the base. Very simple one, as you can see here. And that's the thing with the Spider-Man figures, right? You want to do dynamic poses, you want to do crazy stuff with the figures, but sometimes you can't. Unfortunately, HAWKWARTOYZ keep missing on the materials, and that's something that I think they need to step up their game. They had Miles Morales, which was a very nice figure in terms of articulation. The Scarlet Spider was also really good. Whatever, it is what it is. We have another pose right here, and again I use the pole just to balance the figure a little bit, but you can actually put it on top because the actual material feels like sand. It's actually gonna help you to balance the figure, so just take your time when you do your poses. Now for the next pose, we have another very simple one, and this is actually one of my try to do dynamic poses, and that's all I can do. Again, I didn't want to stretch the material too much, but as you can see, I put that little device on the base with the spider web looking really cool, and of course with the dynamic pole I just, you know, did a shape so it looks like he's actually floating. Again, I'm not an expert in doing this type of poses, guys, but I'm just want to show you how much you can push this figure, and honestly, if I were you, I would not push it that far just because of the material again. And for the last pose, I have to do a simple one, and this is just a very simple one, as you can see here. Now my only concern is the material. As you can see on the legs, you can see the creases there, which doesn't look that good, but again, that's basically all I can do. I didn't want to push it further. And that's it for this, for the poses. Alright guys, so now this is gonna take me to my final thoughts about this figure. I'm actually very happy to have this figure in the collection, and instead with the likeness, I think this is a really good representation of Tobey Maguire or Spider-Man as seen in the No Way Home movie. I think Hot Toys improved the head sculpt compared to the first batch. The only thing I don't like is, well, besides the suit of course, is the neck. I don't think it delivers. But other than that, I think it is a good figure, and I'm very surprised. I didn't have high expectations on this one, to be honest with you. In terms of articulation, you can do nice poses, but that's it, basically, right? Just be careful with the material. And because of that, my final score is 8.5 out of 10. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also guys, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. And if you have some time, check out these 2 cool videos. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.